Hello, I'm Mrs. Glasson. I'm your new English teacher. That's my name there. And as you know, I'm going to be teaching you 11 plus English. I've just put some things up on the screen. Can you see them? Spelling, punctuation and grammar, vocabulary, comprehension and creative writing. Does that sound familiar? Well, they're all things that you study at school, and they're also all things that are part of the 11 plus. So you should feel confident. I'm just going to be consolidating and extending what you already know. So you should be confident and you should be looking forward to learning a little bit more about what you already study at school. And it's also worth saying, just like I'm going to build on what you study at school, when I teach you things, new vocabulary, comprehension skills, and lots of creative writing skills, please ensure that when you go to school, you use my teaching. Because if you use my teaching at school, your English will improve there and your English will improve for me. So that will be a fantastic way of using what you learn in my lessons. You should keep your work for English for me in a folder so that you can refer to it. You can go back when you're revising and you can build on your knowledge, which is what we must do in English and really in all of our learning. You need to move forwards, but you need to be able to go back and see what you have already learnt. So keep a nice tidy work folder because that really is the sign of a good student. I'm going to give you lots of lesson notes, and again, they're not just relevant for my lessons, they're relevant for all of your English, everything that you do at school to do with English. By the way, you need to do all your writing on A4 lined paper with a margin, so make sure you've got plenty of that. You need a margin to keep your work neat, but also when you're indenting. When you handwrite in English, you must indent all of your new paragraphs. And having an existing margin and being able to indent is also an integral part of creative writing, the narrative, because you need to apply the new speaker, new line rule, which some of you might have learnt already. And so you need to indent when there is a new speaker or a new subject in a narrative. Another fantastic part about my lessons is the pre-lesson task. Let me show you the examples of the first two pre-lesson tasks. I think you're going to really enjoy doing them. This is the pre-lesson research for lesson 1. So please have a look. It's all about reading. I love reading, and reading's a really important part of being an English student. We learn so much from reading about the world, and we learn lots and lots of stuff that fuels our imagination as English students. But now this is something you're going to hear me say quite frequently. We must read like English students. What does that mean? Well, you read for enjoyment, but you also read the work of great writers as a means of learning how to become an excellent writer yourself. So we're going to start by talking about reading, and then I want you to focus on your grammar, on parts of speech. So I'm sure you're going to find this very easy. I want you to find out and to record, you probably know already, the 4 main types of nouns. Now, when I want to research grammar, I just Google it on the internet. There are lots of different brilliant grammar sites, but if you Google images, then you find out all sorts of charts that will show you the different types of noun. There are even videos on YouTube. But if you just Google the 4 different types of noun and then write them down, that would be brilliant. And then 3 examples of these parts of speech: interjections, conjunctions, prepositions, articles, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, and pronouns. And then it says, well done, place the completed sheet in your folder ready for lesson 1. And here is the pre-lesson research for lesson 2. You're going to learn about a word that is going to be key to your English learning. That is polysemy. Essential for comprehension and essential for creative writing. And then you're going to find out about Aesop. You might have heard of him. You may have read some of his fables. There is the information that you need to find out, which you'll find on the internet. And then you get to watch this wonderful fable on YouTube. It's the tortoise and the hare. And then you need to answer these questions about what you think Aesop is trying to teach us, and find one adjective to describe the hare and one adjective to describe the tortoise. So when you come to my lessons, you will already be invested in the learning. You will have lots and lots of knowledge to bring with you, and hopefully you will find my lessons even more enjoyable. And now I've just shown you the pre-lesson research. Of course, there are going to be tasks that you have to do afterwards, just like homework that you do at school. So make sure you complete those and put them in your folder ready for the next lesson. The other thing also, your parents are going to be marking your wonderful vocabulary tests and the other work that you do for me. So they will be looking at your work and they will be marking it and they will write down your scores. One really important part of learning is to learn from your mistakes. When you get your work back, really zoom in on the things that you didn't do so well. So for example, if you didn't know some spellings or some definitions, or perhaps you need to brush up on your parts of speech. Doing that is a really important way of learning, and I'm going to tell you how to set targets. So we're going to be doing target setting in one of the lessons, but really it's a great way to think about your learning. Mistakes, errors, things you don't get right, they're learning opportunities, because it's only by learning from our mistakes that we can progress in English and in life. And finally, just like any new teacher, I should speak to you about my expectations. Well, my expectations are really easy. Just always do your best. When I teach English, I really enjoy myself, and it is my hope that you will also enjoy my lessons. So that's enough for now. I look forward to seeing you in lesson 1. So, don't forget, English is amazing. It's not just about learning things, it's about life. That's brilliant. It's been lovely to meet you. I look forward to seeing you again in lesson 1.